I think a lot of people, when they were watching the show, the question is, how could you not have seen it? When you're going through that relationship with him, how many people were speaking to you almost on a weekly basis? So not daily, because you can't clarify how many people are speaking daily, but on a weekly basis, because it's easy to look at this and think, oh, it was just one person catfishing you. How many people were there that were almost catfishing you?
I'm going to break the relationship bit down
Yes.
for me to, because otherwise it gets too complicated. So in February 2015, on Valentine's Day, we accidentally kind of agreed to be in a relationship. At this point, we know he's going to pass away.
100%. He was going to pass away.
The consultant had said to me, he's definitely going to last, not going to be beyond July. So when my cousin was getting married that summer, and in March we'd gone out to buy our outfits, and we'd got our outfits, and me and my cousin, and he was like, I'm not going to see you in that outfit because the wedding was in August. You know, because like I said, I knew he wasn't going to live. So that whole thing was, you know, it's only going to be a few months of like putting up with this, and you know, he's not going to live, and at least he'll have died knowing he was loved and cared for. That's it. That's all it was. And the last time something bad happened to him, I was like, I can't deal with this pressure, because you know, sometimes they said somebody holds on until they've seen that last person. They always say it. And I'm like, I can't deal with having that on me. And I decided to be very nasty. Like, there's a bit of me, like, if he needs to just go, I can't stand him being in this much pain.
Got it.
And it's my fault. I was blaming myself for it a bit because he's holding on. And I was really, really nasty to be like, this next time something happens to him, he's got to just let himself go. But nobody had told me that he had been put on a trial and the trial was working. So there's me thinking he's dying and I've been that nasty. And they're like, oh, no, he's making improvements. He's getting better. I'm like, well, why didn't anyone tell me? You tell me everything else. Why didn't you tell me? I was like, and now I've got to live with being that nasty. So now I'm on the back foot again, because it's only been a few months since he was still in a relationship with his ex, or trying to sort things out with his ex and stuff, who had been particularly not nice to him as well since stuff. And I'd been trying to navigate everything. You know, he was like, oh, she's having my baby. And I was like, what? Like, how? And they're like, oh, you know, that last night before I went to hospital, I slept with her and she must have got pregnant. And I was like, okay, if you count the months back, it makes sense. But he goes, that's why I overdrank, and that's why I ended up in hospital, because I felt guilty because I loved you so much. And I felt guilty with her and I slept with her. And I was going, oh my God. See, this is why I always say you never know what happens between two people. I was literally, and at that point I was like, I'm ready to leave the relationship. It's only been a little while. I was ready to leave.